nice and settled and relaxed, we're going to begin. Alright, once upon a time, there was a little peculiar looking little creature that lived up on a mountaintop. And the mountaintop was full of flowers, daisies and lilies and all different types of flowers that it doesn't matter what, if these kind of flowers aren't supposed to be on a mountaintop, but it was just a massive grove of all different flowers from all over the earth, just planted on the very top. And how all these flowers got to the very top of this little mountain top, it was planted by a little group of creatures. Alright, it's quite grainy, but let's see. These creatures were about 4 feet tall. They were shaped like little traffic cones. Kind of, they had, hold on, it's a little bit grainy. Can't really see very well. Still kind of grainy, but anyways, they had like little pointy hats, if you can kind of see that. Hold on, maybe, no, still can't really see that, but just go, there we go. They had pointy little hats, like this, kind of looked like a little traffic cone, and they had big beards, looked like Santa Claus in a way, and they had big bushy eyebrows, kind of like a unibrow, and they had little beady eyes, and they had a good little nose, and you couldn't see their mouths. It was kind of covered by all the beard, and they had very, not little, but very wide shoulders, like quarterbackers or linebackers. And they stood about 4 feet. Very square shoulders, but very small torso, very small legs. And of course, they always had their arms kind of crossed because they were kind of grumpy. If I control this, just something like this. Just kind of crossed like this, but kind of holding their hands at the same time. And they had the very short legs, kind of stubby legs, like this, kind of cute in a way. And they wore clothes, just long, thick clothes, and they had boots on, and trousers were, basically they were wearing PJs, and they lived on the mountaintop, and they would come down to the villages that are down, let's see, let me go above here. I kind of drew a little too far, a little too down, but just say, off in the distance, here's the mountain that is on this part of the mountain. There's another little guy right here, little one right here, just, looking and stuff like that. And then down in the valley, where all the little houses were that the humans lived in. Sorry, it's not very good house. Down in the village, where there's other little houses, where the actual humans of the earth live, they would be growing different plants, different flowers in their big gardens. So they had little fence posts up. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Just little fence posts. And they would have a plot. Anyways, just like this. Just little plots of land, and they would was these little flowers growing there. And usually it was night time, but the trolls would come down from the mountain and they would pluck the flowers out of the ground and bring it up to the very top to plant them. So one day there was a lad named I think his name was Peterson or something, Peterson or something. Anyways, there was this lad. Let me flip the page. If I can, sorry about that. Don't want to catch it on fire. Anyways, there was this human lad. His name was Peterson. I don't know his actual name, but this Peterson, he had a head of hair, had little eyes, and I didn't know he did have ears, but they were very small. Anyways, Peterson, this is Peterson, and he wore trousers, but they were quite short. And he had a shirt as well, but it was a little too small. It was a hand-me-down from his uncle, who was quite short. So all Peterson's clothes were very short and looked quite funny, but it did the job. Anyways, one day Peterson was climbing up this mountain because his mother's needed water for one of her very colourful tulips, and she had a competition in the city for a flower competition. So she had Peterson go up and go to the natural spring that is up on the mountain top, and she didn't really think anything of it, just go get the water, bring it down. It's magical ethereal water that helps tulips grow nice and big. So Peterson didn't fight it, he decided to go up the mountain top. He didn't bring any kind of weapons or anything, he just brought his very small clothes on his back and a little rucksack that he was holding. It looked like a little purse, but that had some food, like some pork belly and some bits of grass that he made to make for a salad. So anyways, and of course he had his trusty cane, this big old stick. It was hard to hold because it was very wide, very thick, so he was like he was holding a 2x4, just kind of awkwardly, but it did help him, especially if he needed to pole vault across a river or a pond or a mud hole or something like that. So it worked out very well. Anyways, as Peterson was climbing up the mountain, he started to notice that there was flowers, like random little flowers, but he'd never seen before. One right here, there was one that was very tall. It had like a trumpet-looking flower, like this, beautiful. You'd never seen it before. And then there was a flower that was shaped like it had like a mouth and teeth, like this, like kind of like that, just like a Venus flytrap. But and of course there was a fly that actually flew into it. Little fly flew into the trap and he got caught. And Peterson was very amazed by all these flowers, all these beautiful flowers. So, anyways, Peterson continued on his journey up the hill, and then got almost to the very top, and he saw something in the distance that was shining. It was beautiful. It was like a shine like this, ding, and it was something shaped like that. that was shaped like a gravestone, but it was quite large. And he walked up to it, and there was actually two next to it, smaller ones like this, and they were also very shiny. Very shiny. Ding, ding, ding. So Peterson walked up to it, and he saw that there was engravings on it. He read them, and they said, "Do not pass, or the ogre comes out to play." Now Peterson he just never seen an ogre. There's no fairy tales. Nothing, the fairy tales aren't real. The beasts and monsters are not real. That's just something your parents tell you so you behave. Anyways, he decided to ignore it and continue on his way to find this natural ethereal spring. He walked past it and continued up the hill. He wasn't exactly at the very top, but he was almost there. Anyways, here's the next scene here. He finally sees it. Water gushing out. Beautiful water. Very sparkly, very nice, just gushing out of the side of the mountain. But he was basically at the top. But he also noticed all around the beautiful water was flowers of all different types, all different kinds. And he was very amazed. They were beautiful. Just like we talked. They were big flowers. They were elephant flowers. They had giant elephant-like ears and weird-looking tusks and a weird-looking like trunk. But it was all part of the plant. It had little bits of the little things with the pollen is the bees can pollinate it. These were the leaves, and the trunks were just parts of the flower. And there were all kinds of like little succulents next to the water, just leaves that were nice and fat and juicy. And of course, he grabbed his little rucksack, which is also waterproof, and it expands quite large, so that he was going to scoop up the water. So that's what he did. He started making his way over to the magical ethereal water, and he went down with his rucksack and he picked up a bunch of water. Oh, so beautiful. And he was kind of thirsty because he didn't actually bring his water. And he knows that the mountain water is fresh spring water, so nothing bad, no chemicals. Well, of course, no chemicals, no germs or anything like that. So he went down to get his swig, but then he heard something. Dun, 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 dun. He heard very heavy footsteps. Dun, 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 dun. Uh-oh. He's thinking to himself, that gravestone back there said, "Do not pass, or the ogre plays." This is not good. He continued to hear dun, 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 dun. It was getting louder and louder. Oh no, he had to think fast. He had to get out of the situation. And he saw that the water gushing out into this little pool of beautiful ethereal water was quite deep. So he grabbed one of those stalks from the lily pad that was floating in the water, and he dove in, and he had the part of the stem of the lily pad sticking out as a straw, as a way of breathing. And then he laid on his back underwater, just breathing. So just imagine this water. Here he is underwater. Sorry, he made his chin quite pointy. His little hair because he's very scared. He's got a little stem in his mouth. That's how he breathes. And he's just under there. He's got to be very quiet. Of course, it's very short. Very short clothes, hand-me-downs. His belly button right there. He's got to be very quiet. He's underwater right now. Suddenly, dong, 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 he sees the reflection. It's hazy, but something is standing right above him. It's big. Excuse me. It's big, and it's green. He's trying to be as still as possible, not making any ripples in the water, no bubbles whatsoever. But suddenly he feels something in his stomach, in his gut, and he knows this is not good. He's about to rip one. He's holding it in, he's trying not to. And by the force of something, the water was very cold, so it really did something to him. He let one out and a bubble just came out and just rippled up. And it hit the surface and popped. He could kind of see the nostrils of the ogre. It was an ogre. And it flared up, sniffing. It smells something quite ghastly, quite atrocious. And then, suddenly, the ogre turns around. The figure above the water turns around. Dum, dum, dum. Starts walking away. Dum, 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 dum. Slowly, Peterson emerges himself from the water. Just slowly. And he says, "Alright, the ogre's gone. Let me just grab all this water in my rucksack and hurry down the mountaintop before he comes back." And as Peterson was getting the water and everything, he looks over and he sees some type of big bench, like a big log. And there is a pile of leaves, like giant dead leaves next to it. And suddenly he has the thudding again. Boom, boom, boom. So Peterson quickly grabs his bag and runs as fast as he can down the mountain, trudging with his legs, his tight clothes because they're so tiny, the hand-me-downs. Anyways, he's running as fast as he can. And he looks behind him and he sees up at the mountain where the ogre had come back and actually was using the ethereal, beautiful, tasty water pond as a toilet. So, luckily he got ethereal goodness water before it turned into toilet water. So, Peterson got all the way back home and he got the water to his mother, gave it to her tulips, and they grew beautiful, nice, and beautiful, and she won the competition in the city. Well, that is the end of that story. I hope you liked it, and I hope you have a very good night's sleep, or a good day, whatever you're at. So good night, and see you later. Night, night.